Content marketing is hard and it can be a total grind. So you can spend a lot of time creating content, uh, and in your mind, it's really great content. If you're watching this, you're a professional, you care about growth and doing great marketing. So obviously the content's going to be high quality. But even creating high quality content doesn't guarantee it's going to be read. And then, of course, once you publish content, then you need to get it read. And so you've just given yourself two new jobs. Instead of just having to create growth and distribution for your product, you're now having to create growth and distribution for your content on top of your product. I think the big thing that I've learned creating content, and I've been fortunate enough to create some pieces that have really created some outsized returns, is that first of all, understand what people are looking for, understand what people's pain points are and what problems they're trying to solve. And I think too often we create content from where we sit and our point of view and how we see the world. And we don't take enough time to really think about the person on the other end and what they're searching for. Because when we're honest with ourselves, they're not searching for our content. They're searching for answers to problems. They're searching for solutions. They're searching to get smarter. And so if we don't put ourselves in their shoes in that frame of mind, we'll never create anything that really, draws people in and creates the growth that we're looking for. So I think, that's a basic one, but it's so important that in our rush to ship stuff, to just kind of check stuff off our to-do list every day, that we really take the time to understand, the intent of someone out there on the internet and what they're looking for, what they're trying to solve. And when we do that, we automatically put ourselves in a much better position when it comes to creating content. I think the other thing too, kind of related to that, is that there's no longer a need to guess at what people want. With a little bit of work ahead of time, we know what people want to read. You can use tools like BuzzSumo or Open Link Explorers or keyword volume search tools or Google Autocomplete or Reddit and trending subjects on Twitter. There's so many different tools out there for someone creating content to figure out what people want before you even put pen to paper or start typing any words. I think the other thing too is that we take for granted how much time people have in a given day. We're all busy. We're always checking our phones. We're always distracted. We always have email and deadlines. And somehow when we kind of think of other people, we tend to think that all these other people in the world have more time than we do. And the reality is that they don't. And so I think what's really key to creating content is to really, David Ogilvy, brilliant ad man, said that when you write your headline, you've spent 80 cents of your dollar, of your ad dollar. Nowadays, I think, when you've written your headline, you've spent 95 cents of your dollar. And so really thinking about digestible content that fits into someone's very busy day is really important. Alternatively, if you're not going to be really short and really useful, then you want to be kind of the canonical source. You want to save people time by giving them everything that they need. So, I think content creation kind of looks like a barbell. Either you want to give someone on one hand something very short and actionable and digestible, or you want to give someone something very meaty and deep and long and canonical. It's kind of the middle area between the two ends of the barbell that is kind of like the no man's land where a lot of people end up. I also think that it's important to break the mold when you create content. There's so many blog posts being written. Nowadays there are so many podcasts being done. What are the things that you can do different? What are your strengths? What are the things that are going to stand out? We created Growth Hackers. Growth Hackers, the community, is kind of a content marketing strategy, right? Except it's user-generated content. We don't create the content, the community creates the content. And so that's a different approach to content creation that doesn't rely on us writing blog posts every day. Another kind of powerful strategy for content that I believe is to think of free tools as content. So, for example, at Qualaroo, we have something called Survey.io. It's a customer survey tool. It's totally free, and that generates leads for us, and it's free for people to use. HubSpot famously did this with Marketing Grader and Twitter Grader, and many people have done it since. So I think that's another powerful content strategy. I also think you have to really think about where people are online and how they consume content. For example, I did a project for a company called TrueVault, and we published a whole guide, and TrueVault is a API, so it's for developers. We published our content on GitHub. We published it as repos because we knew that our customers spent their time on GitHub, and if they could read the content there and fork the repository and watch the repository as we added content, that would be a better way to reach them than just quote unquote blogging. So you really want to understand where your audience is and the distribution channels that you have available to them. And then I think the last thing is you always want to think about how your content fits in your customer journey. So you'll have some content that isn't supposed to convert, right? It's very at the very beginning of a customer journey where someone's just it's exploratory. They're not ready to make decisions. They're information gathering or kind of learning. But if you map your content to the different parts of the customer journey, as you get closer to the point where they convert, you want to start building in natural conversion points into your content. So, for example, at Qualaroo, we published the Beginner's Guide to Conversion Rate Optimization, which is kind of a 50,000 word guide on how to do conversion rate optimization. And it's all open, it's all public, it's all HTML, it's great for search. But then people can download the PDF. And once they download the PDF, they go into a timed sequence of follow-up emails. And the first email is not, hey, you should try Qualaroo. The first email is, hey, we also have this marketer's guide to surveying users and how you can use survey data to improve your business growth. And then the next one is more guides, and so it's really about nurturing those people and providing them more information, but that information maps to where they are in the decision-making process and in kind of their journey. But I think, providing those, I think Noah Kagan calls them, content power-ups, where in exchange for an email address, they can get some type of download, and then that allows you to establish a relationship and kind of build that further. So just to kind of recap, I think you need to know what people are really looking for, create content that stands out from everyone else, use content that leverages where your audience already is, and create things that capture their attention and provide real value, and then content that maps to where they are in their user journey and creates conversion points that are relevant and useful that lead to a relationship that ultimately down the road can lead to the ultimate conversion of a new customer.